Hey boys and girls, day's winding down, won't be too long till we're back on familiar roads. This is a nice view here though. We're at the bottom, we're in the center of a valley. We've got mountains on either side, high mountains, and then you get this nice kind of a dry riverbed with waterfalls and clouds and whatnot. We escaped Silent Hill. That's always insane. There's a few places in Taiwan where you get that, like, thick mist. The craziest is like nighttime, and then like up in the mountains where there's no street lights at all, and then on some of the roads there's not even reflectors or anything, or not even like painted lines. Like, there's been times when I'm up in the mountains at night and it's super thick fog, and I'm not even looking ahead. I'm looking down into my right. I'm looking at the line, and I'm literally riding my motorcycle like this, just staring down, like next to my foot, because that's as far as I can see. And I'm just making sure I'm next to that line. And if there was a rock in the road in front of me, or anything like that, or a pothole, or road, anything, I'd be fucked, because you cannot see in front of you at all. Like, you can maybe see a foot in front of you, but there's nothing. It's just, there's nothing to see, so you end up with, and you can't see the white line ahead of you because that's too far away, so you have to look at it next to you. So you ride along, going in a straight line, looking down into your right, and if something were directly in front of you, you literally wouldn't see it. It was crazy, man. And I was doing that, and then all of a sudden the line disappeared. Like, they were just like, kind of like right here, there's no more line. So I was literally like just going along at like between 5 and 10 miles an hour, just staring at this line next to me, and all of a sudden the line just disappears, and I'm like, shit. I look in front of me, and I can't see anything. It's just, woo! It's fun though. Like, those are some of my fondest memories of traveling. It's the woo. It's the crazy shit like that it makes it. You know, that's the shit that stands out in your memories when you're older and you're remembering, oh yeah, the time and the fog was so thick, and I had to stimulate myself and give myself an erection and then use it like a cane, like a blind man's walking cane. That was the only way. So I was just putting along on my motorcycle and hanging off my naked ass and probing out my dick to figure out if I was still on the road or not. That's what your grandpa had to do to get to school every day. Because you gotta exaggerate shit when you're older. Yeah, so. Yeah, so, you know, the Silent Hill part is over. The fog's, it's kind of still here. It's just above us. Roads are still wet. Evidently, the fog was probably down here. It's not raining. It's not raining at all. Oh, yeah, I took my gloves off. I'm in the habit of, when it rains, to take my gloves off, which a lot of people have pointed out is kind of stupid, because you're actually more likely to crash when it's raining, so why would you take your protection off? And it's just because if the gloves aren't waterproof, then what you end up doing is you're riding along with cold, wet gloves directly against your skin, and you might as well just be riding along with your hand in a bucket of water, you know, like you're just constantly, your hands are cold and wet. My hands right now, dry. They're not even cold, because we're kind of out of the mountains now, so if I had my gloves on right now, they'd be cold and wet. So yeah, it's a kind of like comfort and safety. You gotta weigh the two and figure out which. Plus, you know, we're going at a really slow pace, but I know that doesn't mean anything. Plenty of people go at slow paces. My neighbor, for Pete's sake, my neighbor was putting along, doing like 15 miles an hour, and she had a helmet on, but it wasn't done up. And someone opened up the car door, and she hit the car door, and she fell off her scooter sideways, and as she was falling, because her helmet wasn't done up, her helmet kind of flew off, and she just kind of had like a whip effect, and when her head hit the ground, she died. So she was just putting along at the speed of like a bicycle, and someone opening their car door, and she's dead. So, but nonetheless, I don't want cold hands. I just don't want cold hands. All the flesh ripped off, that's okay. Cold, no, cold is a bad thing. Anyways, alright guys, soon enough we'll be back on more familiar roads. I might record one last time once we get back off of wet roads, because I'm actually looking, it's after dealing with that fog for like half an hour. I'm looking for, like, we were worried about dealing with nighttime. I'm looking forward to the nighttime because the nighttime does not compare to that fog. If I can get nighttime and dry roads, and that's what we should have up ahead, it's going to be night pretty soon. But up ahead there'll be dry roads. So once I'll just be like, woohoo! Who cares that it's nighttime out? These roads are dry. Let's have some fun. That'll be my attitude. But if I didn't have to deal with that fog, and if it was still sunny out and dry roads right now, then when the nighttime came, I'd be like, oh, it's dark. We need to slow down. But now it's going to be like the opposite. It's just everything's relative.